I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never flop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you some tips for creating level design. Okay, let's get started. So first I'm going to create third-person game. For this project, I'm going to use the content which is available in Unreal Marketplace, Modular Science Sci-Fi Season 2 Starter Bundle, which is available for free, which is available in free, permanently free collection. You can search Sci-Fi if you want. So this project I'm going to add so once you have added the project inside your project, and you will get this 3 folders. Okay, so each have a lot of assets. For example, if I select science fiction interior, I'm going to enable static mesh filter, so you can able to see all the assets are available. So I'm going to create a new level. Delete the floor. You want this, you can select everything except the sky sphere. You need to move outside of the scene. So first I'm going to start with the door, which is available here in the mode science interior, and I can select this all the assets here. So up to there, from here to here I can select and just click and drag and drop inside the scene. So I'm going to reset the position to 0. All right, now these doors, some of the assets are a little bit offsetted. I'm going to enable this snap. Again, simply select them and position it. Maybe I can select this too. Now that's perfect. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to select everything. Just group it, Control G. And if you want to get other assets, like I want to create a stage, so that is also available here. So you can select from this to this, drag and drop, reset the position. Okay. So we'll arrange this. These two I'm going to move down. And take this rail pad, reset the position, and moving up. And I just wanted to position it exactly on the side. Then I want to duplicate to other side. It's very simple. So first switch off the snap, Control D, right click, transform, mirror to y-axis. So right click, transform, mirror y. That's it. Then I want to create the steps here. Stairs. We'll drop it. Reset the position. I can rotate. Enable the grid. That's so simple. Now we're going to create the floor for this interior. Before creating the floor, first I go to edit. I'm going to enable the plugin, which is available, this actor palette is very useful for getting the assets from the level, already existing level. So if you have enabled this, you have to restart. I'm going to save this level. So create a new folder. Once you have restarted, I'm going to open the level. Go to tools. You get this actor palette tool here. So you can open this actor palette one. Usually it will be a floating window. There you can open the level, you can choose the level, you can find out the level overview. Sometimes you get a lot of overview, same name levels. Suppose if you are not able to find out the exact name, exact level, so you can go to this mode science in interior, just open up this. There is an overview, so you can select this and you can choose level. Open overview from content browser. This will open up the exact level I have selected already in the content drawer. So, and you can see here, so they have listed all the assets. Okay, able to click and drag and drop inside the scene. You can able to build the level. Let's say, for example, I'm going to click this, drop it here, and reset the, you can see here. So it's easy to drag and drop them and use the assets. So I can reset this position. I can move. You can see here. So this you can duplicate. And I'm going to create a level from this because I'm going to repeat this again and again. So whenever you are going to repeat the collection of objects, make it level. For example, select this all three, right click, go to level, create level instance. So it will be asking this settings. So I'm going to leave this everything as a default. I'm going to give okay. Go to level. Going to call this floor. Okay. So what is the use? So this will be a level. So we cannot select the components individually, but you can able to press Control E for edit level. When you press Control E, then you can instantly start editing this. And if you modified this, you can click exit. Okay, let me show you how it is going to be useful for this project. So I'm just aligning this and duplicate this, Alt and click and drag and duplicate. I'm going to duplicate to multiple times. Okay, fine. Suppose if I edit any one of this level, for example, this, Control E. Now everything, rest of everything will be great, and only these objects are available to edit. So what I'm going to do is, if I wanted to repeat this, for example, I can Alt and duplicate this. Okay, duplicate. And if I exit, I say yes, I want to save this. Now you can see this will update all other level as well. So because it's instant, it will instantly update the level. That's what I want. So Control E, I don't want this. Just delete this. I'm going to find out some other. Other side. Exit. Yes. Now you can see this is updated. I'm going to extend this by editing Control E. I just want to add some more asset. Drop this. This is actually a roof, but I'm going to use it the other side. I'm going to use, you can group them if you want. If I'm going to use this frequently, so I can Control G, I can group it. I can add here. Then I want to add another one. I'm going to exit this. Say yes. Now you can see here. We have made this thing. I think I have some gap here. So simple, I can edit Control E. I can select and edit that. That's it. You can simply, you can modify them easily. You can set up easily using this technique. I want to add something over here. So to close this area, so there is a set. I can use this. I can duplicate this. Only edit this. So you can right click, go to groups, unlock this. I want to take only this plane, so I can duplicate that, and you can exit, and that will save this. At the same time, I want to close this side also. I want to close. So now I want to add a border here. So select this level, Control E, edit. I'm going to pick the asset from here, drop it. Now I can exit this. This will be updated the other side also. Same thing I can do for the other side. This side, I want to do the same thing. So select Control E. if I select this, alt and duplicate, okay, then I'm going to duplicate the same, this asset, alt, duplicate, okay, and exit. Yes, that will update to the other side also. Pretty cool, right? So it's easy to build the complicated level. I'm going to extend this a little bit more, Control E, and I want to select this, alt and duplicate. This I'm going to add some pillar here. So if you go to content drawer, mode science interior, enable static mesh, there is a pillar, that kind of thing. So I'll add inside the level. Actually, I want to rotate this. And I'm going to duplicate this, alt 180-degree. Now I have added this, and if I hit exit, say yes, now you see this, it's nice. So it will automatically update when you modify this level, which is pretty nice. I want to create a roof for this. So I can edit this, Control G, duplicate this. Okay, rotate 90-degree. Alt J for top view. Alt G, perspective. Yeah, you see this is updated. Now I'm going to duplicate this same to the other side. So select Control E. I'm going to select all the assets, select them and group it. I will duplicate this, alt and duplicate. I can right click, transform, mirror, so that it can flip. You can see, go to exit. Yes, that's so simple. So I can duplicate the other side. Now I'm going to create roof. For roof, you go to content drawer. I'm going to search inside this mod science interior, static mesh enabled. Go to search ceiling. So this will list out all the ceiling objects. Say for example, I'm going to take this, drop it here. Going to align with the top of this. Then I'm going to add something. This Alt J, you can check out in the top view. I'm going to add one more. If I want to select this, I can right click, copy this location, shift right mouse button, and I can select this object. I can right click, paste. So I can move this just like this. And I can select all these objects, right click. I can create level instance, click OK. I want to save as a ceiling. I'm going to duplicate this, Alt. Okay. Now I'm going to extend the roof. So select any one of this. Control E, edit, and drop this. No, not this. If you are not able to see clearly, you can change the mode to unlit. So you can see this is a little bit extended, so I can scale it. 8. I'm going to drop this. Scale this approximately.
Again, right click, transform.
Copy this location, right click, copy. Select this asset, right click, paste. Duplicate, right click, transform, mirror. So I can duplicate all other things. You can duplicate this by grouping them, Control G and Alt, and duplicate, right click, transform, mirror. Now we have some issue here. You see this is little bit extended than I expected. I can right click, go to groups, unlock the group. You can select only this. I can scale this on this axis, simple. Then if I exit, yes, that's it, so we have created this. I can show you in the lit mode. you notice this. So we have some issue that this is flipped actually. So the light is coming through the surface, which means the sunlight is not stopping this. Because of this materials, uh, if you edit this, you select the any of this object, you can see there is a materials, well, a lot of materials here. If I double click the material and scroll down to material property override, and I have to enable two-sided. So when I enable this two-sided, this will stop the light. But I'm not going to use you can see here in the top view, you see what is happening really. But this interior, I'm not going to use this exterior light. So later on I'll create interior light setup. So I'm not going to worry about this double side light. Okay. I'm going to align this, all the roof with this. If I want to move this whole thing in x-axis, for example, I want to move on x, align with this wall. Okay, control and left click and drag it. I can able to move only on x-axis. So that will be restricted to the x. Now it seems to be like it is not perfectly lined up. It's okay. You can select this and I can move this. You can modify this if you want. Okay, even this bottom floor also you can edit to enable to edit. Now I'm going to create wall for the background of this door. I'm going to create a background wall. So first enable unlit so that I can see clearly. Inside the content drawer, go to mod signs, interior, enable static mesh. There is a doorway A and B. Select both and drag and drop here. So I can reset the position. So I can see perfectly match. Okay. Now for this one, so I want to close this area. So first right click 11, create instance, 11 instance, pg wall. I'm going to move this down. Want to duplicate this one more. And I want to duplicate this. Going to group it, Control G, Alt and right click, transform, mirror. And I can extend this floor from here. So first I'm going to right click, go to group, unlock. You can select this floor, Alt and duplicate. I can select the whole group itself, duplicate, 90°. Just trying to close this. And here I don't need this. So right click, group, unlock. I can edit this. And group lock this again. You can duplicate this whole thing to the other side. Right click, transform, mirror. And I'm going to duplicate this floor. Enable light. Now you see this. We have pretty much created this. Now we have some issue here. I have to fix. Going to move forward. Keep it like this. Enable. So you can see now have created this. Now I'm going to fill this area. Right click, group, unlock, select only this, alt, duplicate and rotate 90°. Now I'm going to create the side wall. Go to Mad Science Interior. Okay, I have built this area just filled out with some few objects. So I can use this duplicate and I set this for the floor. Nothing, it just box I've added. So I'm going to leave this looks empty. That's fine. I'm going to set up a light. So I want to have the same thing on the other side. So what I need to do is I have to duplicate the whole thing to the other side. Okay, even select this. Small check. Yeah, I've selected all. Group it. Alt and duplicate. Right click. Transform. If you want, you can modify this. You can make it randomize different kind of look. You can make it if you want. But for this tutorial, I am going to use the same thing on the other side. You see this? I made everything, it is duplicated. I forgot to duplicate one pillar here. It's okay, no problem. I can group, unlock. I can duplicate this. Play. So this I can group, lock them back. Okay, move a little bit closer to this. Now I can see I have created this. Then I want to duplicate the whole this door and the wall, everything I have to duplicate to this side. So same, I have to select them all and group them. Select this and this as well as this. Select them all, group it. So one single group. Alt and duplicate. Right click. This time I'm going to transform to mirror X and move one position. Yeah, I think I have to So you can see this. I have created this completely. Now we can able to create lighting. Now we are going to do lighting for the scene. So first I'm going to rotate the directional light. Control L, hold Control L and left mouse button. I can put the light. It's coming from down, and the entire scene looks dark now. I'm going to add light. You can hold L on the keyboard and left click. You can add point light. So first I'm going to add a light nearby the door. I want to add light mesh on this area. So you can go to content drawer, go to mode science interior, static mesh. So there is a light. So I'm going to click and drag, drop into here, press F to focus selector. Okay, line this area. We'll keep the light closer to the light. Now you can see the light is casting a shadow, just very sharp. I want to control the light. So when I increase the light source radius, so it becomes a soft light, which gives a nice and soft and smooth shadows here. And if you notice that there is a sharp halo in this area, that's because of the source radius. For this light, I'm going to increase the source length. So what happens is it creates the light like a capsule like this. I'm going to rotate this 90 degree. And I will reduce the source radius a little bit down. Reduce the source length. Now I have to soften this light because it's affecting the whole scene too harsh. So there is an option, soft source radius. If I increase it, the whole light looks softer. It's not going to create a sharp specular on the object. When I increase this soft source radius, I'm going to reduce the light intensity. Okay, so now I can see the light looks very soft. Maybe I can give 500. Okay, I'm going to give a little bit of warm light. So I'm going to use temperature. This is Kelvin temperature. By default, it's 6,500. I'm going to make it about 4,000. When you reduce the temperature, you get more orange color light. When you increase the temperature, you get some cool light source. For example, if you make 9,000, you get kind of a bluish light. So I'm going to make 4,500. Okay, that's and I want to reduce this 300. That's fine. So you can adjust the attenuation radius. This is going to change the light, how far it's going to affect the scene. You can reduce and increase it. Then you can adjust the source radius and soft radius, so you get a different kind of look. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this. Next, I want to add light for this roof. Since we have created as a level instance, if you modify any one of these objects, this level instance, and it will affect everything. For example, if I press Control E, want to add light here. So let's drop the same thing over here. can press F on the keyboard. You can focus selector. Go ahead and rotate this 90-degree. Align it properly. I'm going to add a light. Hold L, left click, or else you can go to light, point light. Drop this point light over here. So this light, I'm going to give a little bit of warm. Let's select this both. Yeah. This selected, this light selected. I'm going to give use temperature. We'll make 8,000. So that gives some cool light. If I exit and say yes, now I can see the light. It's populated all the area inside the scene. Okay, so you can see the light here. It is too closer to the wall. That's because I have to move the light a little bit in the center. And I think the light looks very brighter, so I have to adjust. And you notice that there is a X, so that because of this light is a static, actually stationary light actually. So let's pick this Control E. I'm going to move the light. First select the light, change this into movable, and select this both. Okay, move closer to this position. And if I exit this, and I'm going to change the light intensity. Fine. Okay, exit. Is the light looks cool. So same way, I'm going to add lights for the entire roof. Control E, add some more light. So I can duplicate from here, hold Alt and Shift. Shift will move the camera, and I want to place it here. Okay. Then I want to change the light a little bit warmer. So just want to give some variation, 4,500. So once you place the light, exit. Yes, now you can see the light is populated inside the scene like this. And I want to add a light here also. So this whole thing, if I Control E, escape, cancel it, press Control E. So I'm going to add some lights manually for the floor actually. So far we have done the light for the roof. Now I'm going to add some lights in the floor. So again, this is also level instance. If I press Control E, in this area I want to create a rail. If you go to content drawer, switch rail, and there is a rail. Actually I want to add this, rotate 90-degree. Want to place this position. I'm going to duplicate this, Alt, move. I want to duplicate to the other side, Alt, move. Okay, we press exit. Yes. Now you notice this. We have the rail all over the place. I think we have an issue here. It's because I have to move this whole thing a little bit back. Okay. Now in this area, the floor, I want to add some lights. Over here also I want to add some lights. Okay. First, I want to add light inside here. So when I select this, this is a continuous level instance. So here I'm going to add a light. Control E, drop the light, the same light which we are using. Rotate 90-degree, this direction also. Now I'll keep it. Okay. I want to add light. Hold L and left click. So we can able to add light. Yeah. I think that light looks very bright. So I have to reduce to 1000. Okay. And I want to give some cool color. Also. I want to add the same thing to the other side. So select the light and both object and the light. Alt Shift and yeah, not able to move the light actually. Yeah. I can duplicate this. Alt and Shift. See, I can move over here. I'll drop the same light. Rotate 90-degree. Move the light. So now we have added the light both the side. Exit. Yes. You can see. So one thing I have to do. This should be movable light. So select this. Change this movable, and this will update all the instance. Everything will change to movable. Again, here also I have to change. Control E. Select movable. Yes, that'll update. It's useful, you know. If you think, if you wanted to edit all the things, it is impossible. But if you are working with instance, level instance, it's easy to modify one single level instance and everything will be updated. Say for example, I want to add light here. It's very dark. So Control E. Okay, select the light. Both. Hold Shift and Alt. See, I can move. Want to place it here. Exit. This will update entire scene. You can modify any one of the lights. Say for example, I want to adjust the intensity, I want to adjust the color, anything. You just open any one of the level instance, edit them, that will update entire scene. That's very nice. Now I felt that this light looks very bright, so Control E, select the light 300, change the same thing, this light also 300. That will update the entire scene, right? That's cool. I want to edit this light also. Control D, 3. So I'm going to add some more lights in the wall here, especially in the bottom. I want to add some color lights to make this scene looks little more interesting. I'm going to select, this is a group, right? We made as a group. I want to edit only this level instance. So right click, go to group, unlock this. I don't want to ungroup, but unlock it. So later on I can group this back. Unlock and select this one. Again, this is a level instance. We have an object in this. Control E, can edit. This time I'm going to add a, you can use a rectangle light to make some LED light kind of thing. You can go to lights, rectangle light. You can rotate that light. Put that. Give some color. Okay. I want to add another light. To use blues. Okay, it's nice. So if I exit this, you see the whole thing is updated with the light, which is really nice. Even if you are going to edit any one of the light, any one of the level, and you just modify the light color, light intensity, any that, then everything will be updated. That's what, this is very easy and simple to use it. Okay, we have some light inside. That is not right. But anyway, you get the idea. So how the level instance is very, very convenient. Okay, so I'm going to make this light looks really bright. So Control E, and select the lights, like, and yeah, the light at the bottom. Later on, we are going to use post-process bonding to control the whole bright, and we are going to create level sequence to control the exposure and all the thing, camera exposure. So you get the idea how it is useful when you are creating a big level of scene. Okay, say for example, I want to change this strip instead of this black panel here. I want to change this light. Okay, Control E. I can select, this is a group actually. See this? This is showing the green color bounding box. That means that this is a group. So right click, go to groups, unlock. I'm going to delete this. Be asking this morning, no problem. And there is a PowerShell floor actually. I can put this here. This is looks little big. I'm going to scale this just to fit this. I'm going to switch off the scales now. So yeah, slightly bigger. I'm trying to get the, okay. And this side also I want to scale approximately. That's fine. Now I can exit. That will update the whole instance. That's nice. I want to add some few lights over here. Hold L. That actually it's supposed to add light here. Want to add some bright orange like this. I can adjust the source radius and soft, and that gives some smooth soft light. And I can reduce this 1000, maybe 500. These lights I'm adding manually, so Alt duplicate, keep here. This is not necessary, but I'm adding this. It gives some enhanced look. Right here. So now you can see here, so you have a lot of lights. When you press G on the keyboard, you can hide all the widgets, so you can see through the game mode. Okay, so I'm thinking this light is influencing the whole scene too much. So press G, select this, Control E, select this light. I'm going to reduce the attenuation, radius, exit. Yes. Now you can see the light influence we have reduced, and same thing I'm going to do for this light. Control E, select the light. I will reduce this attenuation radius, so you get much darker scene. This is what I want. And inside the scene, I want to add some more objects, so that looks even better. So in mode science, engine props, there are some few props available here, so we can drop them. For example, this crate, I can duplicate, that, keep this, keep some looking random look. I want to add some wires on the floor. And etc. So something some objects. So we can add, there are a lot of objects inside the scene. See, I'm going to drop this light. So this light, focus light, I want to add light. I'm going to use rectangular light for this. It is really nice. This type of light, rectangular light, is the best. I'll show you why. Let's rotate this. Okay. Suppose you want to get the same rotation, you can copy this rotation from this model itself and select the light, paste, get, yeah, this opposite side. It's okay, fine. Actually, I have to rotate this side. I have to make this movable, and I want to reduce the size source width approximately to that light. And mainly this barn door angle, I'm going to reduce it, so you see the light focus only the front side. When I reduce that, I like it. And one more thing, I want to make volumetric light for this. So we have already exponential fog inside the lighting, exponential height fog. And if I increase the fog density, there will not be much different. But when I enable volumetric fog, you can see the entire scene gets a lot of fog. And I want to visit this. And I want to have the fog only for this light. Okay, for this light. So I can select the light and scroll down. It's a volumetric scattering intensity. We'll make 5 approximately. Now you can see that the light is creating a little bit of fog. I want to make this temperature 12,000 about. I want to make some bluish lights. That's what. If I press G, and you see the volumetric light is happening. This also can be able to control. If we go to the exponential height fog, there is a fog height fall up. When I reduce it, you see the light gets more volumetric light. Okay, so, and one more thing is, in volumetric fog there is a scattering distribution. We can increase and reduce to control this light fog. See, in this view, see, we are not directly looking at the light, but when you directly looking at the light, you have to increase the scattering distribution. When I see from the side, if I reduce, you see what happens. About minus 0.3 or something, which is the proper one. So press G, exit from the game mode. I'm going to duplicate this light, Alt, this light also. We have 2 lights, and yeah, definitely that looks too bright. And for this scene, have to little bit reduce it. It's too much bright. So select this 2 lights, reduce the intensity to 3 is fine. Yeah, that's looking nice. Now we are going to add post-process volume. So click add button here, post-process volume, and you see this is created a volume. Actually, I dropped that outside the scene because the entire scene I want to affect this post-process volume. So search infinite. We enable this infinite extend and bound. That means this post-process volume will affect entire scene. Okay, let's close this infinite, and I want to add very important thing, this exposure. I want to change this to manual, and I want to make about 13 or 14. 14 is fine because 14 or 15 is fine. We're going to control the exposure through the camera. Okay, we're going to create a camera inside. We're going to control, I think, this light, make it movable. And one more thing I'm going to do, go to blue, enable this method, change the method to convolution. What is that meaning? If I increase it, you see the light wherever the specular reflection is happening, the brighter area get more star kind of a glowing effect, which gives a nice look. I don't want too much, but slightly. That looks very natural. For exposure, we're going to make 16, 15. That's fine. So later on, you can able to edit. Then I'm going to enable this chromatic version. I will increase a little bit 0.65 or something. So you can see here that the lens operation, you get that cyan red split. It gives some natural look for the scene. Okay, so now let's create a level sequence to add sci-fi sequence. Okay, so I'm going to add camera. Now once I add the camera, so we are looking through the camera, which is enabled now. You can see here that it looks much brighter than normal, right? And we have some issue with the camera lens that needs to be fixed. With this camera selected, I'm going to change this. So you can use any one of this, actually 35mm Vista Vision. It gives a little bit wide angle look. Mostly I like to use the 16:9 DSLR. Still, you can able to adjust this aperture and focal length if you want. Okay. In 5.3, there is an option for crop settings, so you can able to crop. And I want to change view mode to cinematic viewport so that you can enable that and enable this camera. So we are looking through the camera, and now you can see here we have the playback button, and you can able to see the size of the frame. So if I change this to 0.39, you can see we get that wide angle look. That's too wide. So there is a 1.77. No crop. And yeah, you can adjust this lens settings down. So I think the post process, suppose you see this, we have a lot of things opened and we are not sure where. It's very difficult to find the specific things. You can click on the gear button here. So collapse all. Open this. Scroll down. There is a post process. I think I close this chromatic aberration, so I will reduce it. And if you want, you can increase this start offset, which will balance the intensity. So if you want, you can set up this. There's the light. Okay, so here in this camera itself, we can able to edit the aperture. If I make this 2.4, the whole scene looks brighter, but I'm not going to change this now. I'm going to control in post process volume. Here there is one more close everything, local exposure, and the what lens flare, image effects. If you want, enable this vignette intensity, which will give darkness in the corners of this, which is I like it since we are using some interior scene, and the scene most probably the darker scene, so it gives a nice look Okay, and sharpen makes more clear look for each. You see that the edges, wherever the specular spots, you get more sharper, which gives a high quality looking scene. Okay, so do not increase too much, but little bit is fine to create this scene looks good. And another thing is color grading. So we have a temperature, type, white balance, and I like to use the color temperature. When I reduce it, the whole scene looks more orange. When I increase it, looks more cool blue looking effect. So I just want to give a little bit of, and you have a tint. See, the temperature gives only blue and orange type of look. When I increase this give another colors like a greenish look. When I increase the tint, when I reduce, you get more pink color look. If you want to add, you can able to make this thing looks a little bit. I don't want this tint right now. Instead, I'm going to use the contrast. You can directly increase the contrast. You see this looks more contrast, but I can use this color wheel also. I like to use this color wheel for making some kind of a cinematic looking effect. I like to use some blues, greenish thing like this. See? Okay, slightly. Now let's switch off this and see. We have a very slight. Okay, looking good. So if you don't like this color, and you can able to change it later. Then one last thing is you have the option in film. It's a tool. If I reduce it, looks more balanced look. If I increase it, looks more contrast. So these options also available to control. See, slightly. So if you are familiar with these options, you can be able to control this. But I'm not going to touch this. Switch off this. So, and yeah, so here I'm going to set this 2.4%. I think the bloom is too much. Exposure, not exposure, bloom. 0.5. Yeah, that's fine. Still, this bloom have advanced options. You can scroll down here. You have this convolution scale. I can increase it if I want. I can reduce it. You can switch off this completely if you want. You can increase this. Okay, so default is one. And the convolution center, you can able to reposition the star in the globe. And yeah, there is a boost multiplier. So you can explore this option, how these things are looking. Right. This threshold, and you see this also scatter dispersion. Okay. Fine. Now I'm going to add some character inside the scene. I want to make some animation, so I want to set up some camera animation as well. So there is a project in a sample project. There is an infiltrator demo. It is a little bit of heavy, but it's amazing project. You can download this demo and explore. They have a lot of assets and characters and animation. Have feel free to download and check it out. From this, I'm going to get character. So I have already downloaded, and you can see the scene, sample scene. So right now in unlight mode, okay. I can let this. You can see this is a scene. This scene have lots and lots of asset you can explore. So mainly I'm going to get the character from the scene. So go to character. I'm going to choose infiltrator and earth set mesh. This character I'm going to take. Okay. So actually with gun, without gun. This is without gun. This is with gun. So you have a skeletal mesh and physics asset. But I'm going to right click on the skeletal mesh, asset action, migrate. Okay, this is really good. It will collect all the associated files for the character, will be exported. And I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to find out my project content. You have to select this content, and this will export the character from here. I have some error, that's okay. And go back to our project and see, go to content drawer, switch off the static mesh. You see there is a character, not characters, character. And you can see this infiltrator. That's it. I can click and drag and drop inside the scene. This comes with all the textures, model textures. Still it is loading. If I adjust this focus distance, if I select the camera, I can go to focus settings, the manual focus distance, click on the eyedropper and pick, and now I can see this character is focused. Okay, and if I drop this character inside this sequencer, then only you can able to animate this character, right? So if I click, drag and drop into this, now we have this character inside the sequence. Have the animation. If I click on this, we don't have any animation. Okay, but that infiltrator demo, they have a lot of animation that you can export from there to here. Okay, let's go to this project, and if you go to the character infiltrator, that's it. I think it's a folder, yeah, inflate proto. Okay, inside the proto there is an animation, cinematic. This is the animation. I'm going to select everything and hold shift, select all the animation, right click, asset actions, migrate. This will export all the animations. So let's get, okay, we're going to migrate to the same folder. I want to see yes, and export the 142 files from this project. Then you can start using this. Okay, it's done. Let's go back to our project. Now if I search animation here, I click, and you can see this, we have all the animations are available. Even if we go to the content drawer, if I go to the proto animation, cinematic, and you have this all the animation available. You can double click any one of this, and you can able to see the animation, and all the animations will be listed over here, the right hand side. You can check it out. You see this, so you can take any one of this animation. You can start to the animation. You can see here, guys running. I see that this is a sort 50 something. Let's dock this into the side. And this animation, I'm going to search short. I think the 50. Okay, now you can see this character have animation. You see that? So simple, right? So I think that needs to be a little bit more. Just move this like that. Now you can see this character is running. You can increase the end frame. So I'm going to say this red color 500. I can extend this. Yeah, looks nice. And if I want to add another character, I can duplicate here itself. See, and select in the sequencer itself, right click, and I can duplicate. Control D or duplicate. Yeah, I want to duplicate with the link. See if I move this. Now we have this both character. It's running. And if you want to randomize this, just move this clip little bit opposite this. And you see both looks different. I hit play. Right, yeah, that's this clip got end here. Actually, you can select this time slider, just keep it here and click on this right bracket will set up the end frame, so that will stop the whole animation in over here. Okay, see if I want to, these characters want to run from back to front, for example, I can select this, I can rotate this 180 degree, okay, and move them like this. So simple. You can easily set up this animation. He's going through this. Okay, I want to move this characters back. X. This guy a little bit. It is out of focus now. Maybe this guy, I want to reset this rotation. Control and left click, you can move. Control and right click, move on Y axis. Control and left click, you can move on X. Okay, now you see this guy's going opposite direction. Looks something. Got some movement. Looks like fine. Then this character, I want to focus, I can adjust manually here, and see this, now it's focused. I can animate the camera if I want. I'm going to check some other animation. I want to add another character. There is a see that there is a okay, this 480. I will duplicate this one more, maybe this guy, Control D. Yes, instead of this animation, add 480. This guy is see here, this, I'm going to rotate this 90-degree. Control and left click, and you see this guy is walking. And you see this guy is going through the no problem, I'm going to delete this one. Yes, I don't want, and I'm going to keep. This casually is coming. See this? I'm going to extend this. Okay, this animation I can extend. I want to extend to this. If I click and drag it, it will loop. It will start from beginning and it will loop the animation again and again. So instead of this, I am going to adjust the speed of this clip. So right click on this, go to properties. There is a rate. We'll make 0.7, maybe 0.5. Go a little bit slower, huh? You see this? I made a mistake. Sorry. Think this guy. I don't want this. Right click on this clip. Go to properties. Go and set this 0.6. 0.55. And this animation will be slower, but it's okay. She's running slower, it's fine. Now, look at this. Now I'm going to set up the camera. So I want to have this guy. And when you are working with the cinematic viewport, you get this grid option. So you can click on this. So you can able to see the grid 3:3. So you can set up the camera, like if you want to add some rule of third, kind of like even pie grid, rebutment grid. This is the guide. If you want, you can enable this. I want to set this guy like a rule of third kind of look. So let's disable this, and I want to focus this character. Select the camera component, click on the eyedropper, Now you can see this this character is completely focused. The rest of everything is defocused. But still, I want to add some lighting for this character to enhance the look and feel of this character. So I am going to add white spotlight. So I want to set up this light for this character. So what I'll do, I can right click on the spotlight, pilot spotlight, which means you can look through this. You see this, I'm looking through the spotlight. So select this character, press F. See, I'm moving the light this here. You see this? You get the light illuminating here. Now go back to the camera actor. Now see the light hits over here. We get this nice rim light. We are getting it. So still I can able to adjust the spotlight color. So I'm going to make some orange kind of light. That means this kind of a look. You can see the light. I can adjust the light position. Actually, I can move up and down like this. I'm going to click OK. Press G on the keyboard. You can see the light. Scroll down. Press G. Yeah, here is the light. I want to move, and you can see this. I can move the light to make. If I increase the light intensity, you can see the light. I don't want to change the camera angle. I can rotate the light if you want. I have to set up the light. Anyway, I'm going to animate the camera. So I want to check with the blue. Okay. So you see the light created. So when I press G on the keyboard, you can see the light. I want to add another light, the other side of this character. So Alt, duplicate this character light. I can right click on the spotlight, pilot, spotlight 2. Check out the where is the character. Yeah, here it is. I want to set up opposite side like this. Okay, let's go back to camera actor. Now we see this other side. Let's set this completely opposite blue slide like this. This is just I'm creating, enhancing this character. There is no logic on this lighting, just I'm enhancing this. So sometimes when you are creating a lighting, change the layout to two pans stacked side by side. I like to use this one so that in this view I can set the cine camera actor. So I can see here, and this side I can change to perspective so that I can navigate. I can easily change the light position. It should be like this. I can switch up the angle snap for this, especially when you are working with the spotlights. It's not necessary to have okay. Looks pretty good, huh? And one more thing is You might think this way. You see this in a perspective view. This light looks very, very unnatural when you are looking through this scene. Okay, but for this camera view, it looks nice. But when you see from the perspective, it looks really bad. This is not logical. Okay, suppose you are working for the gameplay or something. These two lights are, there is no logic. So only for the cinematic we can use this light. So there is an option. If I select these two lights, I'll drop inside the sequence. So just drag and drop inside. So there is an option. This two light selector, right click, convert to spannable, which means, what is this spannable? This, when I enable this two spotlight will be available only when you are using this sequencer. So I'm going to save this all. And when I close this sequencer, once I close, the spotlight will not be available. Look at this. There is no spotlight. There is no animation. There is no spotlight. But when I open the sequence, the lights will be available. And you can see here. So that's called spawnable. So let's enlarge this view. You can see this looks nice, and still I can change this engine scalability to cinematic. Cinematic will give a much better look. And now let's rewind and play and see the animation looks not so interesting. That means I want to do some camera animation. See, the character comes through these two spotlights and comes and stops. Okay, so to animate this camera, so let's go to this camera, select this camera, and I'm going to set up the last frame, this frame. I'm going to set up a key for the transform. Just enable the key and the rewind. And the first frame, rotate the camera. Again, set up like this. Okay, I want to focus this guy like this. See, I am doing this animation just like this. I am not planned properly, but I can see this camera rotating around this. This is totally really bad. This is not right actually. So delete this camera angle. I want to keep to, I don't want to rotate too much. Okay, so let's set up the key for the camera transform. Now let's check out this. Still I am having this issue. It's rotating. No. This, sorry. Uh, you can see this. Fix this. So I'm going to rotate this camera angle. Good rotation. Good rotate roll. Just give some cinematic look for the scene. So you can see here. Let's clear this. Now we have the issue with focusing. So I have to set up the focus properly, and the light also. I want to smoothly animate the intensity, which has to form the light properly, and it looks very, very. You see this transition happening. It's this position. It looks very bad actually. Uh, I have to animate the light, light intensity. Okay, and here you can see here we have some issue. So I'm going to go to this frame. Maybe I've changed the camera position like this, and just experimenting this. Because I want to show the full frame of the scene. In this area, you see this camera have going out of the frame. So I'm going to adjust the location. See, I'm going to move this a little bit. Now you see this, the character always inside the camera frame. I'm not rotating this, but I am character, it's completely focused. Okay, at this position, so you can see here, the character doesn't looks focused. So I have to animate the camera component focal manual focus distance. So enable this key. I can go to focus settings, select. Now you can see this. It's you can animate this. Just make a keyframe. At the first frame also, rewind, select the character, make a key. It's focused. It's completely focused character. The last frame also. Enable the key. At that frame, I can check out with if it is have some animation, rotation animation. Oh, looks. Rewind and play and check. Okay. So only thing is I have to animate the light. Both the spotlight I have to animate. Close everything. The spotlights. If I open up this light component intensity, so first until this, okay, it has to be intensity 0. So enable the key, make it 0. See, there is no light. The last frame 20. Now you see this, I hit play, it will fade in slightly. You can even move this keyframe like this. Even for the blue light also, you can animate it. Okay, save this all. See this light? But that's not too bad, but you can animate still. Component 0, key forward 20, that will slowly the light will be visible, and it's not going to be, it's nice. So that's all, guys. I hope you learned something, so you can practice and check it out. Thank you so much.